Hey guys, it's me again. This is part 4, I believe, of the Yakuza, or the epicness of Yakuza Dead Souls review. What I was saying is, there's two parts for this game. There's the quarantine area, and there's where all the zombies are, and you basically go there and fight zombies. Which is, like I said, the gameplay is basically a mixture of Dead Rising and Left 4 Dead, Left 2 Dead. The Xbox game. But there's two areas: the quarantine with the zombies, and then there's the other one, which is basically you go around and eat. You can basically go around. Basically you're safe. You can buy items, buy weapons, etc. Or go get a bite to eat to increase your health. The bad thing about this game though is that both the areas are exactly the same. Exactly the same. Except one is, probably not, I don't think they're exactly the same, but for me, they got the same when I was playing it, but they probably are. Well, they are, because it's basically the same area, but basically, one's destroyed and one's, perfectly fine. But with all these, big barriers in the way, so the zombies can't get through, because the special defense force put them there to protect the civilians and stuff, but they left other civilians that are trapped stuck. So yeah, double-edged sword right there. But basically, when you're not killing zombies, you're in the okay zone where you can do whatever you want. You can eat, go to different restaurants and eat, learn about the Japanese food, stock up on items, health, ammo for your guns. You can buy weapons. You could also mod your weapons and gear to make them more powerful, more ammo, stuff like that. Because you can actually mod your weapon, increase the ammo, increase fire, firepower, stuff like that. Same thing with your armor, make it better, stuff like that. You could do that, or you could do some. You could also do side quests or side missions, as I like to call them in this game. And there's probably I know there's 40 at least. But there's there could be more than 40, I'm sure there is. Because in Yakuza 4, there was I think 80 or so. And then Yakuza 3, there was over 100. So I'm sure there's more than 40. But if you're just going for platinum, you only have to do 40. But I'll probably do more, because I put 150 hours into Yakuza 4, so I'll probably do the same thing. But you can do side missions too, and they get pretty funny. They got this one where this one guy was pretending to be a girl to let guys save him because he was stuck in the zombie zone. And you go there and he's naked because he said he was naked, so guys would go there because naked girl, obviously. They have that one for that one, and then they have this one, you go to the hostess club, and they also got the hostess club where you can basically talk to them and buy them stuff, talk to them, get to know them. You could also actually, you could actually do their story or whatever, because each hostess has a story, and you can also recruit them to help you kill zombies, which is pretty cool. So it's not a total waste, but it is for your money. Although I guess you could be a cheapskate and be cheap. But they have that too. But they have this one side mission where you go in there and they actually try to fool you that hostess are okay and they're all zombies, which is pretty funny. But they got some pretty funny side quests. But yeah, you could basically do whatever you want. You could play pool, you could play darts, you could play bowling. You could play, I know they have more. Oh yeah, golf, stuff like that. Basically, Yakuza Dead Souls is kind of like a mixture of, GTA. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto, because you can do whatever you want, when you want. Because it's just like this big, huge sandbox. Also, let's see. Also, this game is in its native tongue, which means it's in Japanese with English subtitles. So, if you don't want to, read the story, then you probably wouldn't like this game. But I will tell you one thing. the voice acting is top notch. The characters are top notch. Because you'll actually care about the characters and cry. I mean, I know I did, but I basically do that in every game. But even more so in the Yakuza games, because, you know, if let's say you start from you played Yakuza 1 through now you know basically you know all the characters, so you're like emotionally attached. So if something, you know, bad happens, you know, you get sad or whatever. But the characters are top notch. The voice acting is top notch. The music is good. I mean, it's very good, very epic. You know, it fits the scenes perfectly, in my opinion. But all I basically listen to now is Japanese video game music. So, but I thought the music is good. But yeah, if you don't want to, you know, and there's no option to have this game in English. The only Yakuza game that's in English is the Yakuza 1, and which is not. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, but the Japanese one is way better than you know, the Japanese voice acting is way better than the English from Yakuza 1. But let's see. I talked about the story. I talked about the characters. I talked about the gameplay. I talked about the music. I talked about the boss fights. Oh yeah, I guess I can tell you what's wrong. Well, I guess I probably already did this, but I guess I can do another brief. The things I thought was, you know, wrong about this game was either had walking controls, because I had to get used to the controls because they were all really weird, so I had to get used to them. Like, so that was different. And then when the zombies go all over the place, like when you're facing 500 at a time or whatever, the frame rate will drop, so the game will slow down. That'll happen, and then like I said, I wish there was I wish there was like you could do more, like it wasn't so, you know, closed off from when you're playing, like from when you're like, you know, just doing your thing, playing golf and stuff, or, you know, just buying items. I just wish it wasn't so closed off and cramped. Because like in Yakuza 4, you could go wherever you want. You know, you didn't have to worry about being all closed up and stuff, but I know why they did it, but still. Let's see, I talked about the walking controls, the frame rate, and yeah, that. Oh yeah, and then I also talked about how I wish the characters didn't share the same abilities, stuff like that. And it kind of does get kind of boring. Well, no, I didn't really get bored of it, but if you played the other Yakuza games, I thought, you know, the gameplay was way better, because I would rather use my fist than a gun. Plus, you know, there's no quick time events either. And I think that adds to the suspension, you know, like, oh, because you don't know what's gonna happen. So I just miss that too. Like, I wish you could fight with your fists and stuff, but oh well. But let's see. For difficulty, they have easy, normal, hard, very hard. They have easy, normal, hard, very hard, which is called extra hard. Then they have Dead Souls, which I haven't played yet, but I've seen. Basically, you get a crap load more zombies, and it makes it more harder and stuff. Probably more damage, stuff like that. They also have like mini games too, like karaoke, bowling, stuff that you can do with 2 players. So, you know, but there's no online at all. This is a single player only game. So, but you could do offline co-op, like playing darts and stuff. See, what else can I talk about? I'll talk about more in part 5, and hopefully this will be the last part. But this is the end of part 4.